Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it hanging?
It's hanging pretty good, brother. How's it going with you?
How's it hanging? It's hanging pretty good, man. A little to the left.
Yeah, short, shriveled, and always to the left, right?
Always to the left.
Nice.
Yeah. How was your guys' holiday? Good?
Yeah, man. I had a good time.
Gnarly.
Good time. Found new use for Mark Tanner rub. If you put a little bit in a Bloody Mary, it's really.
Yeah,
I told Jacob Dell about that. He's like, "Holy shit, that's a great idea."
Yeah. Well, I was like, I didn't get enough mix at the store. I'm like, what the fuck do I have I can throw in here to make it a little spicy? I'm like, ooh, Tanner rub.
Yeah.
It was good,
actually,
man.
now that I'm thinking about it, that does sound actually like it would work really well.
Yeah, it worked out really good. So, my niece saw it out and she put it. She was like, "Oh, really good." She put it all over Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, really?
Mashed potatoes, everything. She's like, "I like it."
I'll slap people. They start shaking shit up. I don't
The
have enough of that for you guys to be using that shit like table salt.
It's coming, Key. You gotta be patient, buddy.
Oh, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that even if you gave me a whole bunch of it, I'd still. You're not going to be using that shit like table salt.
Yeah.
You don't need much for it to go a long way, though, like on food and stuff.
It goes pretty far. The only time you use a lot is like when I do ribs. I coat both sides of it, So I mean, you know, like obviously if you have a big containment that you can put the ribs in and catch it as it's falling, I do it over the sink and then rinse everything away. You end up losing 30% of what you sprinkled, but
right. I don't ever do backside of the rib.
It doesn't really matter. I just do it because it's there. But you're right. Yeah. It doesn't. It's most of the time it doesn't even stick.
Yeah, it usually falls off. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna just be fucking tossing this in the shitter.
What's that?
I was like, you got rubbed to waste. So
yeah.
Go on with it.
He's got mad fucking rib rub.
I can shove them too.
Fucking! I hope Jacob's not listening. He'll be calling me tonight. All right, dude, where is it?
He'll be on here complaining about it.
I gotta tell you something. Jacob Dell, when he calls me, I hang up. My stomach hurts because we laugh so much.
When Jacob Dell calls me, I don't answer the phone because this dude's never gonna stop fucking talking.
He's just petting his cats.
Yeah, there he is already. He's commenting.
Like, yo, bro, I got shit to do here. I ain't trying to fucking be talking to you all fucking day, you goofy bitch.
Oh, shit. So, T, it's gonna quiet down. You got some snow on the ground. Getting cold out.
Yeah, it's not super cold yet, but it's getting there, so.
Were you in like the 30s and stuff during the day, or?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, and we had a really warm day today. It was like almost 50.
Yeah, it was nice today, actually. Got into the 40s. So I was digging that.
Yeah, it just sucks starting your car when it says like 20, 21. Yeah. I'm like, man, I really don't want to fucking go try to fucking chip out gutters for a fucking hour until it warms up.
I got one more job, and then I'm putting the skid to bed for the season, keeping it nice and whiz-arm.
Smart man. I'm
Yeah.
keeping it in the back of my van till fucking my last window job, and then I'll put it away. Well, I feel like it stays in the van, so like when I'm driving around, it's I mean, nothing's really happening to it.
Well, you should be good in the van. You're parking it inside, right?
Just no, it's outside right now. My car
Okay.
doesn't fit in my fucking garage. My garage doors are fucking like 7 feet. It's fucking annoying, dude. Or like 6.5, something like that. Sucks.
In the shop or at the home?
At my house.
I mean the estate.
Yeah, at my estate. Yeah,
Yeah.
can't fit it in there. It's only made for Bentleys and Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that one of those car wash things that you just drive in and automatically washes and waxes the car for you?
Yeah, exactly. I can park the way I want there. The floor spins and just faces me outwards.
When I lived in Coral Springs and I was starting out in window cleaning, I got a house in a neighborhood that was a very high-end neighborhood, and I went and looked at this house, and it was probably 12,000 square foot or so, maybe 10. Biggest thing I ever took on at the time, and the guy showed me all around. And he literally had a drive-through car wash that you would see at a fucking gas station at his fucking house. I'm like, what? And it had glass. He wanted the glass fixed. I didn't have any clue how to take care of that at the time. But I was like, I go, who has a car wash? And then I'm like, this is just someone that has so much money, he's spending the hell out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I would bet a car wash like that, an automated car wash, has got to be 50 grand. I mean, think about it. A fucking pressure washer is fucking 10 grand for a good trailer
Right.
or more. You know what I'm saying? Imagine an automated car wash that you fucking drive through.
Right.
It's busy.
There's a guy, I don't know, like 35, 40 minutes from here, on the way to that factory that I do, that he's got a full service gas station in his backyard.
Really? Was it like I've seen guys set
The
up
the old school fucking glass
Yeah.
pumps and the
Oh
fucking
yeah,
he
gravity-
essentially what he did was he bought an old Sinclair gas station, tore it down,
Yep.
and drove it to his
Yep.
house and re-erected it. He's got a couple of really fucking sweet Mustangs in the garage.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool, man.
Dude,
But
there's a guy.
it's another one of
yeah.
those scenarios where like this dude's got a shitload of money and he doesn't know
Yeah.
what to do with it.
Yeah, I was driving through Jupiter with the wife one day, and it's a rural area, and there was a guy who had the same shop as mine, except for mine is open in the front, and his had a front, garage door on it, and everything, and then there was one visible gas pump like you're talking about with the thing on the top, and one like Sunoco or something old pump, and then an old truck sitting there, and then he had a couple porcelain signs on it. We drive by, I'm like, look at that shit. And Kate's like, that's the same shop as yours, but yours is ugly. I'm like, well,
wow.
you know what? As much as I'd like to have that gas pump, I don't have the room for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got other shit there, but it was cool. I've seen those guys like on American Pickers that build a whole city in their backyard.
Oh yeah.
Like they got a train station and a fucking train car and they put a piece of track down.
I've always wanted to do an HO scale train run all the way through my house. I've always wanted to do that. I still, one of these days, I'm most likely going to get around to doing that.
Dude, I had HO scale as a kid, and then I went through, like, I guess you could say it was like a midlife crisis. I call my mom, who still lives in the same house, and I'm like, hey, Mom, you mind if I go in the attic? And she's like, what are you looking for? I go, my trains. And she's like, I don't think they're up there, but you're welcome to go through. And I went through every box, and I'm like, you just got to say to yourself, at what point did I pack those up, or did someone give them away or throw them away? You know what I'm saying? And at the time,
right,
it was probably $500 worth of shit. And when you're 14, $500 worth of shit is $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I had sold some shit on eBay and had a bunch of money sitting in PayPal. This is no kidding, dude. I fucking went on eBay and found almost all of my old trains. I was buying train cars that had JCPenney price tags on them for like $1.75, and I was paying fucking $30, but they'd never been played with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then of course I packed that all away, right? And it's sitting in in my
I
shipping
feel like
container.
Uriah's at a good age now to where he'll respect it, because you buy them for him
Nah,
too
dude,
young,
he'll
they'll
love it. You
destroy
know
them
what?
if they're too
It's a
young.
boy thing. Yeah, you got to get the real HO.
Yeah.
Like I was looking for the what Lionel, and there's another brand, but I was like the Spirit of 76. I knew all the trains I had. I got most of them back, and then I just set up plywood on the back patio and laid out a small double track with a couple buildings and stuff that I bought.
Uh,
But so like my kid JT was probably like 10, and
mm,
she's like, where is JT? I haven't seen him in an hour. And I go look out the back window on the covered porch, and there he is. I go, dude, you
right.
don't understand. It's a boy thing.
Yeah.
We love fucking trains,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Whether you're seeing how many cars it'll pull.
Right. Yeah.
We have a fair that comes through here. Actually, it's coming in next month. And on the fairgrounds, it never leaves. They have a train platform. It's got to be 30, probably 20 to 30 yards long and about 10 yards deep. And it's a club. The guys wear the old conduct. It's so detailed of like downtown Palm Beach, and people make donations. Buildings will say, build our building and put it on there, and we'll give you, $100 donation type thing.
Right.
Dude, we go to the fair, and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna go look at the trains now." I could stand there for an hour and just watch shit go, man.
They used to have there used to be a spot over here in Port Clinton. It was called Trainorama, and it was fucking like, dude, there was trains everywhere. And I think I've been in that place 1,000 fucking times, and they actually sold it and fucking shit canned it all out, threw it all away, dude. All the years of that dude, crazy. I was like, it broke my heart. Because, Uriah was never able to see it. You know what I mean? It was like, you know what I mean? So I was like, I knew he would have really liked that. But yeah, they tore it all down, man. It was fucking
Dude, I'm telling you, go on eBay, look up your HO gauge. You can buy them pretty cheap. The only time they're going to be expensive, like if you'll find occasionally, like I always remember the Spirit of 76, red, white, and blue locomotive, red, white, and blue caboose, and then a bunch of cars in between. It was just celebrating the bicentennial. I wanted that. I found one unopened in the shrink wrap, was selling for like $600, and that's because imagine some kid got that for Christmas and never opened it. You know what I'm saying? Or it got put away.
Right.
I mean, and anything like that is valuable. But I mean, just go middle of the road.
I don't know if what I want to do I'll be able to do. I don't know. I'll have to do some research. That's a lot of track.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on how. I don't have a lot of room. Like my back porch is 16 feet wide and probably 10 foot out, and then she's got a sauna out there, my grill, my flat top. There's not a lot of room to put a train platform. You know what I'm saying? Now, on the other hand, Seth probably has 8 bedrooms.
Yeah, plenty of room to put
40 acres.
Yeah, but you know what? It's. I think because at some point most of us were introduced to trains as kids, like you're going to do to Uriah. Okay, and then you kind of get out of it for other toys, but you always go back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the railroad tracks are maybe a quarter mile from the house. You know what I mean? So you see trains all the time here. So
yeah. No, that's good stuff. Plus, if you build a platform.
What's this, Bill Jordan?
If you build a platform, you can get a lot of creativity out of the kid.
Go Blue. Come on, man. Listen, I mean, that was a great game by Michigan and Ohio State. Michigan played a hell of a game, but I'm not going to listen to any shit talking from a Michigan fan because I went an entire fucking decade and didn't even know Bill Jordan liked the fucking Wolverines. So keep that shit at a fucking minimum, my guy. Fucking motherfuckers win 4 games in 20 fucking years. They won one, last weekend and think their shit don't fucking stink. Get past Iowa, give me a call after that.
Dude, I'm going to go back to the subject one more
Michigan's
thing.
Fucking trash.
I'll send it to you, T, if you haven't seen it. But there's a guy on TikTok that has a train setup that you could fucking ride on. Have you seen that guy?
There's a guy over on Putin Bay that has a train like that. It's big enough for you to ride on. It's not a really big one.
Yeah, it's probably, he sits on it.
It's like 8th scale. It's like quarter scale, I would say.
yeah, all I know is he can sit on it, and that fucker drives around, and I'm just like, I'm fucking jealous, man. And they're detailed. The locomotives are fucking detailed as hell. And he fires this thing up, bell, ding, 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 and that fucker comes out of the barn with him on it. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, I can't listen to none of that Michigan shit. You know what I mean? I just can't, dude. I mean, I'm glad. I think it's great that you guys won because now the game's starting to mean something again. Because, I mean, you guys, Michigan had a huge, hell of a series lead on us, and we cut that in half over the last fucking 20 years. You know what I mean? Now there's only like maybe 6 or 7 games that separate us in that series. You know, it's pretty fucking bad. But, you guys literally have not done a fucking thing in the Big Ten in 900 years, guy. Come on, guy.
All
Jeez.
that.
And I'm not, and I'll be honest, I'm not a big college football guy anymore. After the sweater vest got the boot out of the shoe, that was it for me over football pants. I'm just not a college football person. That's more Tim's bag, and Tim's not on the show anymore, so you should send him a private message and gloat.
Yeah, fucking college football. I don't know.
I just can't do it. College football, ugh.
I watch like some of the games.
It's not college football's not pure enough. There's too many variables on who gets to get in and who don't get to get in. It's like a popularity contest. You know what I'm saying? I'm smooth on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
next this
Jason.
Year,
that's pretty much it. And that's that's why I'm not gonna. Bill is not allowed to talk shit to me because they literally have not been where they fuck since Bo coached there. So they're fucking trash, dude. They have not been good since like the fucking 90s. I mean, come on, dude. It's 2021, guy. The fuck.
Need my notes.
All I gotta do is say this. Until this Saturday, no one had ever seen Michigan win in high definition.
Don't take my dog.
He's playing on my stuff. Though.
Like, that's legitimate. A Michigan fan had never seen them beat the Buckeyes in high definition. Since high definition TV came out, they have not seen a motherfucker win. Motherfuckers are trash, dude.
2006?
Yeah, dude, they have not won since 2004, my guy.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, what the fuck are we talking about here?
That's your shit on tube.
I got these dudes like Bill I ain't talked to in a fucking year. Like, ooh, Michigan, baby. What? Fuck out of here, guy. Fucking lame ass nigga.
Man, people like Kansas basketball, man. They have letdowns every fucking year. Number 1 seed Kansas gets fucking smacked second round of the tournament every freaking year.
Yeah.
Like, Kansas is always a powerhouse, and they have
shit the bed. Yeah.
Ooh, pretty good one there, Mark. Look like you might have had a stroke when you did that because your whole you see the vein running down through your nose.
Carl Robinson, you gotta fucking stop, man. You look ridiculous, dude.
Are we still talking about that?
Oh God, this dude. I mean, I want to pull back the comments from fucking October when he said Trump November. Jesus Christ, dude, you gotta stop, man.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
Fuck, you just gotta stop, man. You gotta stop, dude. You gotta fucking you gotta go see somebody. You need psychiatric help, guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point,
at some point, you just gotta let it go, man.
Yeah. Let's go, Brandon.
I mean, that's never gonna happen, dude. You got 3 more years of the fucking retard show. Just get over it.
Yeah, good old Sleepy Joe.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay,
guys. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I like Carl's enthusiasm though.
I dig the enthusiasm, but you got to go talk to somebody about that.
Yeah,
shit.
I dig the passion. I'm just not going down that rabbit hole. I'm not watching those videos, them underground shits. Everybody promises the world and they let you down.
Right.
Goddamn right.
It's the 16th jab. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't fucking care, man. It doesn't matter to me who's president because it affects my life. It doesn't affect my life at all.
Honestly, it's not much. Yeah, I'm just like kind of
just like with the fucking virus and the boosters and the fucking the transformer variant and that's in Africa now. You know what I mean? It's just like none of that shit matters to me. I don't give a fuck.
No, I don't either.
Yeah. The only thing I care about is Boston's trying to pass the same bullshit law that New York City did with the vaccine passport on your phone. I'm like, I won't be going to Boston anytime soon.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to a Celtics game, and I was like, if that's what they're doing, I have my vaccine, but I'm not going around showing my fucking phone to get into a stadium to watch a fucking like mediocre basketball team. I'm just not
even a good basketball team. Like
yeah, just to be like hovering at 500.
Yeah,
I'm almost
like a so-so basketball team.
Yeah, it's just like the Knicks, essentially.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah. Not a huge fan, but basketball either. I'm not a big basketball guy either.
I just remember
I like playing basketball. I like the sport of basketball, but professional basketball I could do without. I think they're a bunch of fucking bitches. And the game hasn't been the same since Jordan left. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I think once Kobe retired, the real hating another team kind of went away, and they're all AAU kids and stuff. Like Kobe had like fire, played in Italy, wasn't like it's like kind of like how Giannis is in the Bucks.
Right.
He's like, I don't fucking like anybody. Like I just want to win. Like I kind of miss that.
Yeah.
Everyone's best friends. It kind of sucks.
Right. Yeah, I'm just. I like professional. I like to watch my Browns lose, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, they had some high hopes this year, but I think Baker just kind of shit his pants.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not gonna lay it all on him.
No, it's just like
Kevin Stefanski needs to learn how to coach a game. And there's that whole thing there. I mean, the dude's running. He's running. We're down by 6 fucking points. There's 2 minutes left in the fucking game. This dude's got our third string running back in and 3 tight ends and 1 wide receiver. What in the fuck are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's a fucking idiot. Like, he needs to. I don't think he's a bad coach, and I don't think his offense is terrible, but he's got to get somebody in there to call the plays because the guy's a fucking moron.
You honestly, you need a guy like Rivera or a guy like Bill O'Brien, someone to come in, change the culture, get him to like 10-6 every year, and then get the next guy. You know what I mean? Like you need someone to come in and build like a program.
Right.
Because you guys have all
I wanted Bruce Arians, so I mean, who am I to say? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not a bad coach. He's not a good X's and O's coach, but he's good at like keeping a bunch of like diva players like all playing. So that, and I guess Tom Brady will help that out too.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I'm excited to start. Glad that I can watch like meaningful games again, and I don't have to watch Cam Newton throw the ball into the fucking ground 3 feet in front of his receiver every game. I was like, last year I was just like, Jesus Christ. I knew we weren't gonna have Tom Brady, but I'm like, Cam Newton is the fucking worst, dude. That guy can't play quarterback.
Yeah, he's too busy playing dress up.
Yeah, buying new hats and shit. Smoking cigars on his fucking stupid podcast. It's awful. You seen his podcast? Dude,
no.
It's real bad. It's like awful. Straight shitting.
And I don't have to fucking put the microphone next to my butthole to make it for people to hear it like that bitch.
Dude, that's because you're fucking prolapsed. The fucking thing is almost touching the microphone.
Right. Yeah.
I use Browns jerseys to wash my car.
Oh boy.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. Wash boy.
You ain't got no water, motherfucker.
Yeah, you live in the desert, dog.
You ain't no fucking hose water, you lying ass motherfucker. You gotta bring that shit in buckets. This motherfucker got water jugs. Don't talk shit about the Browns. Don't even have fucking internet.
I'll tell you what I did watch. Scrolling through the channels last week sometime. Maybe it was the week before. But it was one of the ESPN channels that had high school football on. Dude, that's just fun to watch, man. These young kids.
Oh, yeah.
Because the innocence of the game is still there.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I think it's Peyton Manning's nephew. That dude's got a hell of an arm for a high school ball player.
I would say it was probably his brother's kid is probably most likely his nephew, I think.
Yeah, it's his brother's kid or something.
Yeah. The oldest brother, the one that doesn't play football.
Yeah.
It might be Peyton's son at this point, though.
No,
I think
it's not. It's not. I'm fairly certain it's his nephew.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost 100%. Yeah, I think it's Coop's kid. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I guess he's like and from what I've read about it and seen about it, I guess he's like fundamentals and physical attributes wise, he's like fucking probably the best athlete of the bunch.
Well, yeah, man, and then you got Peyton and Eli, and Archie.
Yeah, So kid should be he should be good. Hopefully the Browns will draft him because we need a quarterback.
Yeah. What's that? 4 years away? 5.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they should have. I seen somebody said put Keenum, and they probably. I mean, he's the highest paid backup in the league. The dudes make $6 million a year. I mean.
You can. I mean, Trevor Siemian win games for the Saints. I'm just saying.
Yeah, just put him in. Yeah. I mean, the dude's hurt. I mean, and you could see the way he's playing that he's hurt. You know, what I mean, the dude's hurt.
Yeah, I just think
he can't even fucking scramble without limping. You know what I mean? The dude, it's just like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think he just knows it's over in Cleveland, and he's gonna go get his money somewhere else. He'll probably end up on Jesus, I don't know. If Matty Ryan retires from the Falcons or some team like that.
No, I don't think. I mean, he'll be here next year.
Isn't he a free agent after this year?
No, after next year.
Oh, okay. Because everyone's been talking about his deal, so I figured he was up after this year.
No, he's got next year, and then I think if anything, they might fucking they might tag him. That's what I think they're gonna end up doing.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of do what they do.
Because there's really no prospects coming out this year.
No, there's not a lot.
You know what I mean? So what are they gonna do? They're gonna sign fucking Aaron Rodgers? I mean, come on, let's be serious.
I mean, that would be kind of sick, but
I mean, it's never gonna happen. But
I mean, what do you think Aaron's gonna make?
I don't think it matters really, does it?
No, I mean probably not. I mean,
if Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay, it's to win a Super Bowl. Why else would he leave? And he's not going to come to Cleveland to win a Super Bowl.
No.
I mean, he could if we fired our defensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's true.
Our defensive coordinator is a fucking retard.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have the greatest defensive player in the league. Be fine, you know what I mean?
Everybody's like, man, our D coordinator's fucking us. I'm like, dude, if Myles Garrett wasn't on this fucking team, that dude wouldn't even have a job.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's got Clowney.
Jadavian Clowney. He's got fucking McDowell. That dude's a fucking savage in them streets. Probably the most. I mean, we got Denzel Ward. We got Greg Newsome II. We got fucking Grant Delpit. I mean, you can't have any more first round draft picks in the defensive backfield.
No.
Everybody that plays, every DB on our team is a first round draft pick, number one. You know what I mean? Come on, guy. What do you need?
I mean, it's getting to the point where it's like...
It's almost like, dude, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
It's obviously coaching.
It's coaching. It's the coaching. I'm not saying we should get rid of Stefanski, but I think they need to hire an offensive coordinator. He's got to give up play calling duties. He's not good at it.
Who's there to get?
I don't. I'm not. We don't even know what Van Pelt can fucking do. He's not allowed to call plays. We have an offensive coordinator. He's Gus Stefanski. He knows everything. He's super smart.
Yeah, he's super smart, sliding into the fucking bottom of your division.
Dude, it's so bad, dude. It's so bad. Ownership's gonna have to step in and be like, listen, dude, you gotta stop calling plays. You gotta stop. That's it. It's enough.
Yeah, it gets to a point because Steelers are going to slide to the bottom of that division for the next couple years.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be. I mean, it's the Browns' chance. I mean, Ravens are always pretty.
The Bengals and that fucking Burrows, man, that kid is a fucking G.
Yeah, him with Jamar Chase is like that's a dangerous combo for the next 5-6 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be scary to watch.
They don't play very well against Cleveland though.
It's like
Myles Garrett is all over that dude like a cheap fucking suit, man.
Yeah, he's young too, and Garrett would scare the shit out of me too. It's
I don't know.
It's there's always one team in your division that no matter, even if they're any good, it's like Miami. We lose to Miami every single year. You know what I mean? And then like Miami's had some garbage teams, but just you go down to Miami and you get your ass kicked and you come home. It's what happens every year. Mark, so more about trains. Tell me more about trains. I never had trains as a kid, so
you didn't have trains, dude. You don't know what you're missing out on.
And my dad made built bicycles and shit, like mountain bikes and fucking racing bikes. So I did that shit when I was like a kid.
Yeah.
That was his hobby, so it became mine.
Well, I'm just saying that, like with TJ and his little boy, build a platform, and he can express his creativity. Hey, let's take a picture of downtown Sandusky.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And let's build this.
Yeah.
And let his kid help, dude. There's nothing better than.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it'd be
You could
fun.
even do like a Marvel universe with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, dude, if you got,
That's
if you
what I
got
was-
the knowledge and like 3D printer, you could fucking make buildings, I guess.
Phil from Simpo to make us fucking props.
My nipple clamps.
Squeeze them.
Yeah.
That's why we were thinking about doing like a 10-inch shelf and doing it 10 inches off the side of the ceiling and then 10 inches down and then just run it like the perimeter of the, and then build the town into the background.
I've seen restaurants that have that hanging down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Have it run through walls and he can put peanut M&Ms and they can go into your room for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Change the fucking change the train for the seasons and shit like that. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think you gotta
Well, I can tell you right now, I wasn't a rich kid and I had trains and I was far from rich.
Yeah, you can buy that shit at flea markets, anywhere.
That's my first train set was secondhand, garage sale train.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
My dad bought me this game that he played when he was a kid. And it was the fucking worst thing ever. I remember being 6 or 7 years old and crying because I didn't understand how it worked. It was this fucking football thing. You put all the players on it and then you turn it on and it would
And it vibrates.
Yeah, and it just, I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's like, I loved it when I was a kid. I'm like, would you play with a rock?
Yeah, no, I remember that game. That's cool. It's vibrates.
Yeah. I was like, what is this game? I never didn't get.
Would you
Play
play
this
with
other
a
game
rock?
with me called APBA baseball. It was like a dice game where you pick a card, and if you're the pitcher, you roll the dice, and if he's a good pitcher, you get a 6, it's a strikeout, or a double this way. It was kind of a weird Dungeons and Dragons.
Have it. I played Dungeons and Dragons. And I would play Dungeons and Dragons again. I would play Dungeons and Dragons right now if I could find people to play with.
Me too. I've always wanted to
I would do like a online fucking Skype D&D fucking that. I'd love to do that.
Would you be the dungeon master?
I would if I needed to. I would.
Yeah, honestly, I heard games can go on for forever. You can play for a
When
month
I was
or
in
two.
high school, we had a D&D game that went from the time we were in 8th grade till my junior year in high school.
Really? Just one game?
Yep, one game.
That's-
One campaign. And our dungeon master was like fucking he was almost 30 years old. He was older than us. It was like a friend of mine's uncle, you know what I mean?
Yep. Oh, that's kind of fun, though.
Yeah, it was cool, it was cool. We had a good time, man. We had a lot of fucking fun, man. There's like 5 or 6 of us. 5 or 6 of us that played constantly the whole time. It was fucking fun, man. Those were the
What I'm
days.
afraid is that I would start playing and get way too into it and just be like, this is the only thing I do now. Because I have that kind of personality where I'm just like, nothing else matters. I'm just doing this thing. I don't know. It's definitely what I would do.
I know somebody in the window cleaning industry that plays every weekend.
Really?
Every weekend.
Is it a seller? Is it like a distributor?
No.
I better guess it was a distributor.
No,
but
it's one of us. It's one of us. It's one of the guys on the glass. Yep.
Oh my guys, do we like him?
Yeah, we like him. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Try.
If you guess, I'll be like, yes, it's him. But you got to guess. I'm not just gonna lay that information out there.
On the glass.
Guy on the glass. But
I
yeah,
want to
man.
say Craig, but he has too much ADHD for that shit.
It's definitely not Craig. Craig doesn't have the attention span for Dungeons and Dragons.
He'd be off in the corner writing a song.
Craig would be like, all right, we're going through the woods. See, what I was thinking is like, we should do shots. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe Luke.
It is. Yeah.
It is. Oh yeah. I was like, he's kind of a nerd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm not. Like, not saying I wouldn't love to do that, but
I mean, I still read Dragonlance books. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if I don't read them, I'm listening to them audio versions, the audiobook versions.
Yeah.
Have you read the dragons like this of summer and winter and fall? Have you read that? Autumn? Have you read that?
No, I haven't.
You should.
I've been stuck on this book series that's now a friggin' TV show, and I'm like freaking out because I'm not far enough in. The Wheel of Time.
So is that a good book?
So there are 14 books.
Because I've seen the TV show being advertised.
Yeah, so it's very like Lord of the Rings-esque. It's a super big universe and story. It's like, I think I'm on book 7, and it's been 5 years till I got to book 7. Like, it takes a long time to read. The only time I have off to really read them is in the winter. But yeah, Robert Jordan books are super good. They're like, I don't even know if he finished it. I think the last 2 books were written by either his son or another famous kind of sci-fi writer, because he died. Because it took him 25, 30 years to write all these books. They're really, really good. So if you like that stuff, I'd say read.
Yeah, Fernando, I rode bikes too. I mean, I did everything. You know what I mean? I wasn't like, all I did was play Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I mean? But I was the, I would say stereotypically, the Stranger Things kids that's the way my childhood was. We were on our bikes. And when we weren't on our bikes, we were playing Dungeons and Dragons. And when we weren't playing Dungeons and Dragons, we were playing Smear the Queer in the backyard. But that's bad now.
Not allowed to say that.
Yeah, not allowed to say that now. But Fumbarooski, whatever you want to call it, we called it Smear the Queer. So.
Oh yeah, we used to play this game called Chester the Child Molester. You pick, one person.
Let me guess, you were Chester.
Yeah, a lot, almost all the time with that fucking mustache.
Yeah, why is his penis out?
We used to play it so much in our neighborhood, we started playing it at school during recess in 3rd and 4th grade. And the teachers found out what we were playing, because she'd be like, "Oh my God, he's molesting me!" And, that would mean you got tagged, and they're like, "You can absolutely not play this game anymore. We're calling your parents in." And we got 4th grade. They're like, "You're done. You can't play this anymore."
I had a Hutch Trickstar, which I inherited from my cousin. That was my very first BMX bike. And then I got a Mongoose from my cousin, which was my second BMX bike. And then my very first bike that I was able to buy for myself was a GT Mach 1. That was the very first bike I was ever able to buy for myself. And then after that, I got a Dyno VFR. And then my last bike, and I wish I still fucking had it, was a Dino Sonic. It had the oversized tubes. It was such a fucking nice bicycle. I don't know. I think somebody might have stole it. I can't fucking remember. And I had a fucking, I had the rims. I had 48 spoke rims, but the spokes were twisted in a basket weave. Cost me fucking $400 a rim to have that done. I saved forever for that.
Dude, it's tough. Like around here, where I grew up on like a beach town, there wasn't many trails or anything, so a lot of kids did like flatland tricks and shit. So like every kid around here had like a federal bike. Like you'd go around and just everyone was on a federal, like just like what they rode. But it was cool watching like some. I mean, flatlands looks really hard. Like it's a ton of balance.
Yeah. We did whatever. We had fucking wood. We had a woods behind our house. We had fucking took a chainsaw out there, fucking cut a fucking track into the fucking woods and fucking dug. We were digging. I wish I could. I'll have to see if my mom's got pictures. There used to be old high 8. You know, remember the high 8 camera, the little tiny of us in the fucking woods, fucking digging holes.
You got to get that and edit it up and post it.
I think that'd be so cool if I could find that shit. So cool. Me and Jason Snyder. Jason Snyder was always on his dirt bike.
I think unfortunately those little VHS tapes have a lifespan. They kind of go bad. You got to transfer it over to digital.
Man.
Yeah.
They don't hold the picture. What about you, Mike? Did you ride bikes like a lot? Did you ride BMX or do any of that stuff? Or
we talked about this before. Mark fucking rode a little bit, but he was too heavy.
No, it was never heavy.
The bike was too heavy.
The
bike was too heavy.
Yeah. It was like they had a look. They had.
Everybody had a nice bike, and Mark's dad was like, "I'm not getting you that bike. I'm getting you this bike."
Yeah. My bike was a bulldozer.
Yeah.
It just cut through the fucking hill. Never got off the ground. But my neighbor had I think it was called correct me if I'm wrong, a PK Ripper, right?
Yeah.
Is that a bike? Okay,
yes,
and I got this. They had I bought. Then FMF was a big manufacturer back then, and I got this bike called a Laguna 101, which looked just like an FMF, but it was chromoly. It was fucking heavy metal, steel. Practically had fucking streamers on the handles. I'm like, this isn't what the fuck. You know.
Say what I asked for, Dad.
But I will say this: I never had the good shit, but when my kids wanted to do it, I bought them nice bikes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they weren't into.
I think that's kind of
they were into the tricks, where they do the.
I think all the kids. I think everyone's like that though. You want to do a little bit better than what you had. That's.
Yeah. I mean,
I would have never gotten a 20-inch bicycle, like of that caliber, unless my cousin gave those first two to me.
Yeah.
My grandfather would have never sprung for that. But once I got the bike and he seen what I was doing on it, you know what I mean? And I was focused on something besides leaving his tools out in the yard and being a fucking retard and shit. He was like, well, I'll get you one of those if you do this, this, and this. I'm like, cool, you know what I mean? So, I worked it off, but, I still got one, If it wasn't for those first hand-me-down bikes, I would have got one.
We're similar in the fact that Christmas morning we'd look out the front window and everybody riding new bikes. And I got my sister's shit and I'm like, this is a girl's bike. Well, let's strap some PVC pipe, make it into a boy's bike.
No, I will say this. That was really the only time of year that I would never I never was left wanting. Christmas, I always had good Christmases as a kid.
I got something for you. I'm going to interrupt you because I don't want to forget this. If you seriously come down to Orlando for the trade show, I have 2 bikes in my shipping container. One of them cost me over $600.
Oh yeah.
For my kids. And the other one of them is a race bike that you go on track, and the other one is a trick bike that you could spin the handlebars all the way around. I will give you, if you drive, I will give you both of them to give to Uriah, simply because I don't have a heart to Salvation Army them?
You can't Salvation Army anything anymore. That Salvation Army fucking blows dick.
No, but
hey, listen to this. I got speaking of Salvation Army, I appreciate you that offer there, Mark. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. But I got a story for you guys. So my grandfather was in World War II, right?
Yes.
And after the battles and shit, you know what I mean. The Salvation Army would be like in the rear with the gear, you know what I mean. And they would fucking have coffee and fucking donuts and shit like that for the guys, you know what I mean.
Yep.
My grandfather went and fucking got coffee and some donuts. You know, the Salvation Army fucking took the money for the coffee and the donuts out of my grandfather's fucking pay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking bullshit.
And my grandfather, every time he seen one of those fuckers ringing the bell, it would drive. He would go into a fucking tirade. He would go into a tirade over the fucking Salvation. He goes, "Some son of a bitch is charging me for coffee."
That's crazy. But just keep it in your mind. If you come down, I'll clean both of those bikes up. They've been sitting inside my shipping container. I'll oil them up, clean them up, polish them up, and you can have them because I know your kid's going to enjoy them because I wish I had one like that when I was little. And like I said, I'm not going to give it to some fucking place to sell. You know what I'm saying?
Jennifer made it quite clear that she is not coming down there.
Okay.
Jennifer does not want to go to Florida.
Really?
Yeah. She wants to go to Florida, but not in any scenario where I will be doing window cleaning shit. Under no circumstances will that be happening for Jennifer.
Well, she can come down and hang out with Kate, and they can
I'm
go to
telling
the park,
you,
take the kids
I've tried to reason with Jennifer, and she's of a firm mind that if we go to Florida, it's going to be for leisure activities, and I will be a part of those.
Okay, but
I think Jennifer's more. Jennifer's focus is out west. Jennifer wants to go west really bad. Yeah. She could give two shits about going to Florida. She wants to go see the Grand Canyon. She wants to go to Yellowstone. That's Jennifer's speed. You know what I mean? She's always wanted to go to Arizona. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, she's got family from out there, and I think she had gone there when she was a kid, and has never made it back. And I think it just kind of made an impression on her. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying this.
I think if I go down there for the IWCA, it's going to be just to go down to the IWCA and come back. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying that where it is in Orlando, it's a tourist trap. So if you want everything from Universal to MGM to Disney to SeaWorld or whatever, it would be nice, I think, for you come down and go one day to the trade show and spend 2 days at the parks or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you could write it off as a business expense because it's window cleaning related.
I never thought of that. Yeah, I never thought of that.
And you could leave with a couple nice bikes because I'd like to go someone that's going to enjoy them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to get on them and fucking bend the frames and break them with my fat ass.
As long as it's on video, I don't give a shit.
Break my fucking neck out in the front yard. So I told Jennifer, I was like, man, I want to get a fucking new, I want to go out and buy myself a 20-inch bike. You know what I mean? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And she just, the look on her face was like, I don't, you know what I mean? Not like, it was more like, that bless his heart. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys know what bless his heart? You know what I mean? Just like, you fucking dumbass. You know what I mean? Yeah. You fucking dummy.
My wife's, I feel like I'm going back to the childhood I couldn't. I didn't get from my parents because they couldn't afford it, so I just bought a TurboGrafx CD and a Sega Saturn modded, and I started buying games for it. And I'm trying to find a good tube TV to hook it up, and then start a collection. But if I have a kid and whatever, we can go collecting. That's my new thing now.
and I'm trying to find a PS5, dude.
They're impossible to find right now. They're super expensive.
So I sat online Monday, all fucking for, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, trying to get in line on Walmart.com to get this fucking, you know what I mean? Yep. Get this fucking PlayStation, you know what I mean? For the boy. For the boy. Yep. It's the only thing the boy wants is a PS5. That's all he fucking asks for. You know my boy. The kid that asks for one thing every fucking year.
It's the hardest thing to find.
It's the hardest thing to find, and that's all that he wants. He wants that and a fucking, like, he wants a new vacuum cleaner for his mom, like, you know, warm shoes for his dad. I'm like, you little fucking
well, better than
shit.
the vacuum comes from Uriah than from you. Trust me, I know.
But you know,
Uriah picked out.
But you know what I'm saying? He's that type of kid, like, he picks one thing for himself, and then he wants to get something for his sister and something for his mommy. He's he's a sweet kid, nothing like his father. And so I sit online trying to get this fucking thing, right? And it comes to my turn, boom, one falls in my fucking lap. And I'm like, fuck yeah, you know, so I fucking go in, I go to buy it, and my card gets declined. I get a phone call, the fraud department. They locked my fucking card, dude. For suspicious internet activity.
Yeah. For buying a fucking game console?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Listen, I know they're paying. I know they're on. You can get it for $800. I'm not. I refuse to pay over retail. If someone out here watching this podcast right now run across a PlayStation for like $500 or $400, which the digital version is $4, the disc version is $5, I would pay 50 fucking maybe $100 to, you know, like I'll give you know what I mean? I'd pay $600 for your trouble, you know what I mean? Give you $100 for your trouble, but $800 to $1,000 for these fucking things. There's no fucking way I'm doing that. No fucking way, man.
Yeah, there's no way I'd buy the
no fucking way.
Either. I mean, like, I want disc.
No, I do not own discs anymore. None.
No, you do everything digital.
I do everything digital through my iTunes and my PlayStation is all digital. The games are worthless. They're worthless.
Yeah, it's hard for me not to have like a physical copy of something. I don't know. I like having it.
Worthless. I have a box sitting right here to my left, right here, with over 1,000 Blu-ray discs in it, because I was you. I was like, man, I ain't never fucking bad digital. Goddamn hootie tootie pootie hoo.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and the technology goes to shit. A digital copy of something is always going to be able to be watched.
No, it's true.
A Blu-ray player could take a shit on you.
You're gonna have that. You're gonna have that set up in your media room, Seth.
In your media room. I thought. So the media room, is that right next to the theater or no? Or is the theater next to the podcast room?
The theater, yeah. The theater is downstairs.
Oh.
You know, for good lighting. You know
so the podcast room and the media room are like...
Actually, when those are built, like the media room and the podcast room will be in the same room. So
Katie Window Cleaning, I do have the new Battlefield 2024, or 2047 or whatever. I do have it. And it's fucking gangster. I played it for like an hour, and I was like, this is the most happy I've been in months. Months. I'm not kidding you. The most happy I've been in months. Turned on the PlayStation, got on there, started shooting fucking nerds. You know what I mean? It was the best, dude. Getting on the microphone, calling dudes fags, and like, I fucked your mom, and fucking all that shit. You suck, bitch. Get owned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I got to turn my PS4 back on and start playing again. I haven't played in
the wintertime, there's days where you don't even want to fucking go outside. And guys that live in like areas like where Mark live are like, don't get it. You know what I mean? They're like, it's always beautiful outside. You know what I mean? But when you live in the north, man, there are days where the wind will rip your entire fucking face off. It cuts through you like a fucking knife. You know?
Yeah. Oh,
it's
I know.
So
I've
bad up here. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stay in the house and play video games. You know what I mean? I'm not.
I can understand that. Because, yeah.
But if it's nice out, I can't do it when it's nice out. I can't play games when it's nice out. It's just.
Well, it's because of where we live, man. So it's like, honestly, January and February here, it's not as bad as where TJ is. Like, lake effect, and basically. Essentially, you live like on the same line as like Canada, so it's fucking freezing.
Fucking horseshit. We don't get a lot of snow like Josh, where Josh lives. They get fucking the lake effect snow machine. It just fucking snows constantly. Here we get snowstorms. Mostly here, it's just fucking. It's like the Arctic fucking circle in this bitch. That wind comes across that fucking lake in that bay, and it is so fucking. It's just the worst, man. Oh, it's the fucking worst.
Yeah, man. It's
It
like
is the
that's like being
worst.
up in like northern Maine in the wintertime. It's like I went up there to a cabin and we were on like some lake. And I swear to God, like I could hear the trees like popping at night. I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? And they were so cold, any
Yeah.
moisture in it was like exploding the branches. And I'm like, where the fuck am I? Like, why is it this fucking cold here?
I don't think I've ever really truly captured that in a YouTube video, how fucking cold it is. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't really think I don't really think I've ever captured how shitty that fucking is.
Anything around 4 or 5 degrees, and then you get a wind chill, and you're like, why am I outside?
Yeah,
like, I kind of
this is kind of fucking stupid. Well, I felt like that. I felt like that yesterday and Monday when it was cold out. I woke up and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? This is so fucking stupid. I'm too fucking old to be out here doing this shit like this. Fuck these motherfuckers.
Oh man, yeah. I had a day the day before Thanksgiving. It was 24 degrees in the morning. And I get to my first fucking job, and this lady has a sunroom only that she wants cleaned on the outside, and then she had 8 bay windows. It's like one of those like 60s architectural A-frame houses. So there's big long windows, and they were screw-off storms. And I'm taking them off by myself, and I'm like, I kind of want to take this and just throw it and be like, oh, I can't work for the rest of the day.
Ow!
Yeah, I'm pouring windshield washer fluid, and I'm like, it's
What
fucking
the
Thanksgiving tomorrow.
dude? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yes, dude. Yes, dude.
Yeah. I got
I'm like,
the gloves on. I'm fucking like up on this 20-foot ladder, taking off a 6 by 4 foot bay by myself, and I'm like, this is so fucking dangerous and dumb.
Listen,
fucking,
Seth,
what is wrong with me?
That's the attitude I had about 12 years ago. So I say within 5 years, you won't even get in the fucking truck anymore. Never mind going there and breaking stuff.
Oh, I'm hoping like when it's like I hope. My whole point is like to not get off the truck, except for days I don't want to work. You know what I mean?
Dude, you
like,
should see me this. You should see me this weekend. My in-laws live 200 miles north of me, so obviously the further north you go in Florida, the cooler it is. So when we left here, it was in the 60s. I got there, it was in the 50s. My father-in-law goes, "Come on, let's go shoot." So we grab all these guns. I walk outside, immediately turn back around. I come in. I got a T-shirt, a long sleeve T-shirt, then a fleece, jeans, and I'm like. I see TJ going, you're a fucking pussy.
yeah, dude, you are such a pussy hole,
like,
dude.
oh my god.
If it was 50 here, I'd be out in the fucking t-shirt shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, dude.
I
I
might
couldn't
wear a
even
long
shoot.
sleeve shirt or a hoodie, but I'm wearing shorts.
All
Like,
I
you
gotta
know-
say, Mark knows, when Mark was up here, it was in the middle of what was it, January?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
in January, and I was wearing a fucking hooded sweatshirt, and he was wearing a hooded sweatshirt and a Carhartt.
Yeah. I couldn't move. I was like, how do you do this all the time?
But your blood
You know?
is super fucking thin, man. It's
Yeah,
like,
it
Yeah.
probably
I have
is.
Arizona the
yeah.
same way, dude. They're not, like from Scottsdale area.
Yeah,
where
you're not
it
going to
never
be able to
fucking
do
gets
that
cold.
ever. Yeah. You're not built for the. It's only like that for me and Seth because we're working in that.
Yeah.
This is our climate. You know what I mean? Our blood is.
Yeah.
You get
built
me a
for
Mark's 95-degree day with that humidity that's down there, and I'm crumbling like after lunch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll admit that sucks. It sucks when it's like that here. I'm not a fan of it. Every year, you're like, maybe I should buy into this global warming thing because it sure as fuck feels hotter than it did last year. But, I agree. But like right now, it's really nice here because I get up, it's in the 60s, 65, and then it'll 70, 72, and it's beautiful out here right now. And we'll have a cold spurts. We might get into the 40s or something. But 40s here and 40s and 30s, what I dealt with when I worked with you that time, I
That
was
was in
like,
the
you said,
it was in the 20s here.
dude, it cuts you like a fucking razor blade, man.
Yeah, and plus when you get the wind off of that lake, it's like here, like when we
Oh,
get
yeah.
an oyster, all the wind blows instead of blowing towards the ocean, blows in from the ocean. And you'll go walk by, and it's supposedly 18 degrees outside, and you walk by the beach, and I'm like, it's -10.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I will say this. When TJ took me by the lake and all those frozen bushes and shit on the edge of the lake are beautiful. Like
Yeah.
the ice over, they look like giant icicle sculptures. I mean, that shit, to someone who's never seen it, is beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Right.
dude,
You probably look at it as that, like, I'm going to throw someone into that. Yeah, push.
Dude, I literally there's a part of Plymouth in 2000, I think 15, the year we got a lot of snow. It was so cold for so long that kids were playing ice hockey on parts of the ocean, like the inlets.
Really?
The water was so frozen in the inlets you could play hockey on it. And I was like, where the fuck do I live? Like, why is this a fucking thing?
Yeah.
It's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Well, the lake gets so frozen you could drive a car on it leave the mainland and drive to the islands in a fucking full-size pickup truck.
Really?
Like
ice roads.
People do that shit all the time, dude.
That's fucking insane to me. Like, you're really trusting. You're like, I hope.
Yeah, right?
People they legit do that all the time. There's fucking guys out there with big ass ice fishing houses and shit. So they they'll a bunch of them hop on snowmobiles and they'll drag their fucking ice shanty out there and fucking.
Yeah. See, now that I would like to experience, though, one time. I would
never done that.
You know why? Because I watch, like, grumpier old men.
Yeah.
And to see that, and they got a hole in there. I think that would be fun, like, to do with my kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I could do it long term.
Right.
But I think it would be pretty cool to experience that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, plus once you get in those ice sheds, you're not dealing with the wind or any of the elements, so it's not bad.
Those dudes got they got floors in them, they got heaters, the whole design, bro.
Yeah.
Basically an excuse to go drinking for the day.
Yeah,
Right?
essentially, yeah. They're out on the ice fucking being an asshole, you know?
Yeah. Hey, man, you got to have fun when you can, right?
Yeah, like Fernando said, it's even bigger in Minnesota. If you were going to go ice fishing, you should go to Minnesota. That'd be the place to go. Yeah, because it's huge there. Huge.
You need like a chainsaw, right? Or how do you get in through the ice?
My buddies use it like an auger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like a post-hole digger style of deal,
Yeah.
Augers will get you in there. It's like, I just gave up this year. I'm not snowboarding anymore. Like,
Grumpy Old Man is a fucking gangster movie.
Last year, like, because that's all this really do around here. And I'm like, my left ankle and my right knee were so swollen. I'm like, I'm fucking too old for this shit, and skiing is too gay, so I'm just fucking done doing this. I'm just like, I'm all set. I'll hang out in the lodge and drink. I'm not outside anymore, flying down a mountain like an asshole.
I'm gonna punish my liver, not my legs.
Yeah,
right.
I couldn't feel like my knee for like 3 days afterwards. I'm like, all right, I think I'm done. I'm like an ACL away from like screwing up a whole year.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it's just like all set.
All set. Full stop on that one.
Yeah.
Full stop on that one. Yeah, great.
Exactly.
Those motherfuckers are good movies. I agree. The Grumpy Old Men movies were great.
Yeah. Yeah, the first two were.
First one was great. First one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, well, then they made a third one, something with a boat, and that was terrible. But the first two, Grumpy and Grumpier, were good. You know.
I remember because I was young when Grumpier Old Men came out, and I never watched it, but I remember Walter Matthau from Dennis the Menace, and I was like, I fucking love that guy, and so I started. I might have been 15 when I saw Grumpy Old Men, and I was like,
dude, that Dennis the Menace movie is fucking awesome too. When he shoots the paintball up, he bites into this. It says tastes like paint. That is
Walter Matthau plays the best irritated old man.
Yeah.
He's the fucking.
But those are timeless movies. Whenever they're on, you can sit down and watch them.
Oh yeah, and what's it? Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future.
Christopher Lloyd getting fucking worked under that bridge by that fucking kid is probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. That's up there with you're gonna eat that, you're gonna lick that white dog shit.
Yeah,
it's up there with that.
It's that, and one of my favorite parts is when he first starts coming around, and he's in this really weird tight T-shirt, flipping a knife around. This little kid's eating an apple, and he's like, "What you got there, Sporto?" He's like, "Apple." He just fucking takes it from him. That's back when parents could be fucking dicks to kids.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
So good.
Those are good fucking movies, dude.
I've been rewatching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia now from the first season, and my
I can't
God,
watch that.
so good, dude. So good.
I don't like
I'll tell you.
fucking comedy shows like Trailer Park Boys. You can go fuck your mother.
Oh, that's
Always
hilarious.
Sunny. You can go fuck your mother. I just don't want to have nothing to do with none of that shit.
I binge watched for 7 or 8 days to get caught up. Yellowstone. That is an amazing show. I love that show.
Yeah, so you do like
I
it.
what's that?
Yeah,
on
I do.
Paramount or some shit?
Yeah.
No? Yes, I don't have Paramount. I'm like, should I buy it to fucking watch?
I got the Peacock app.
Yeah, we watch it on
You can
Peacock.
watch. Well, you can watch the first 3 seasons for free on the Peacock app, and then you have to.
That's what we did.
You have to catch the regular show. I just bought the season on iTunes. Fuck it. I don't have cable. That's how it cost me $20 for the whole season. But the Peacock app, that's almost as good as Netflix, man. Maybe even better.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of harder, well, for me anyway, to navigate it.
Yeah.
Like I know how to do Netflix
I can see where you're saying that kind of throw you.
Well, like searching for stuff is a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And, like,
but it's got all the old shows on there. It's got all kinds of shit on that motherfucker.
No,
man.
well, you know what? Kate started. I watched half of the first season of Yellowstone, and I kind of lost interest in it. And Kate was all excited because it came back, and I'm like, you know what? I saw she was watching season 4, and I'm like, I think I want to watch this. So she got Peacock for that reason. So, dude, I was watching 3 episodes a night for I couldn't stop watching it. That show is awesome.
Yeah, it's a badass show, dude. No wonder Mark's been so quiet. He's been watching Yellowstone, getting caught up on Yellowstone.
I got 100 things. Yeah, I just got too much shit going on.
Yeah, I started watching 2 shows like that because she likes crime thrillers. So we watched Mayor of Easttown, which is on HBO. It's the girl from Titanic. She's like a detective in some fucking podunk town in fucking Pennsylvania.
Oh, so a chick show. So we're cool.
No, dude, it's good. She's like a detective. It's a good show.
Okay, Sally.
And then the second was Sinner. Sinners is a really good show. I like that one a lot too.
Sweet, bro.
Yeah, dude. Sick.
I don't know, dude. It just seems like every time, like, the year hauls ass and slows down in the winter months and Christmas because we spend multiple podcasts talking about it. And I'm like, every year it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just comes so fast.
Yeah, I feel like we're like, the year starts in like March and we're like, everyone's going and running, and then like, summer lull, and then it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like, shit, how did it get here this fast?
Yeah. Well, you had a better year this year, right, T?
I did.
You seem like you had a better year.
Yeah, I did. I had a less stressful year than I normally have. You know what I mean?
That's good. That's good.
And I made some pretty good money this year. You know, nothing to complain about.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
Seth, do you shut down for a month or 2?
Yeah, I'm because January here doesn't really make any sense. Like, I do the like 5 or 6 restaurants I have that are monthly. I'll do the dealership, and then I have like, if someone calls to get their windows done, I might do 3 or 4 jobs, but it's real slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's maybe a day a week at most, or a day every other week.
Yeah, I could probably do like, if I really like buckled down, I could do 2 days a week in the wintertime easy.
Yeah.
And not do shit. But, everybody likes to have their windows done a certain day and all that shit. So.
Yeah, it's like, I started sending out emails to my restaurants like, hey, when the winter comes, I'm going to be coming on this day, just so I could get all of them done, just like in a day. Just because it's not even that much. Honestly, it probably takes me like 4 or 5 hours to do all of the work that I have to do. But it's, I fucking hang out. I'm working with my buddy a couple days a week, helping him get his business fucking squared away because he's a fucking knucklehead. He's a general contractor and he has no idea what the fuck he's doing with paperwork. He's like, I'm losing money over here. So I'm like, all right, I'll come in, see if I can fucking help you out a little bit. So I have some projects I can do this winter, but it's low key.
Well, you'll probably be spending time doing up your house the way you want and everything. So that's always.
Yeah. I'll be painting and moving stuff around and I don't know, fucking putting around.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it won't be too bad, but Yeah, I need like it's nice to take like Christmas to like mid-January off and just like not do fucking anything. It's kind of nice.
I think I'd go crazy, but I would also, like right where I sit here now, I can honestly say I would love to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's like the weather here dictates like what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
if it was nice out, I'd be out doing stuff the whole time. But like once you hit Christmas, it gets dark here at 4:10, 4:15.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's pitch dark at like 4:15, 4:20. You know what I mean? It's like, what am I gonna do? You feel like the day's gone before it like even starts.
Right?
Like,
Yeah,
it's
if
like,
you sleep until 11, you got about 3 hours of daylight. You know?
yeah, exactly. And then you start getting weird sleeping patterns because you have nothing to do, so you stay up till like 2 in the morning watching stupid shit.
Yeah.
And you get up at 10, and you're like, oh, it's a waste. But two and a half weeks of that's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Then you got,
I think I would go into winter and into a shutdown like what you're going to do. And I would spend a week servicing all my equipment, my trucks, get everything ready for season. Just get it out of the way, be done with it, and then, just find shit to do,
yeah, exactly. I'm doing a trailer build in February, so I've been buying all the parts and stuff. I'm just it's about
Pressure cleaning?
yeah, we have so many people that ask for roof washing, and like I've never get into soft washing really.
Yeah.
And like fuck it, it's easy money, so I'm just gonna build my own skid, and it'll give me something to do for like 2
Yeah.
weeks. You know what I mean?
I just did something I wasn't gonna do, but one of my my largest account, one of my furniture stores called up and said, hey, we want to do this parking lot. It was like 12,000 square foot parking lot, and then all flat surfaces. And then when you finish that one, we're going to give you the big one, which I subbed out last time was $9,500 and change. And I said to my wife, I said, I'm gonna go out on a limb here because I'm outsourcing this, and if I make 15%, maybe 20 if I'm lucky on this, and relying on someone else to represent me, the opportunity is there. So I started looking around because I really said I want to get at least 8 gallons. I've been talking with John Sacco a lot and some of these pressure wash guys, and I'm like, it's time to step up and get something that I can, not so much it's going to clean better, but faster. So there is literally, unless I wanted to start with a complete build, meaning the trailer, the tank, the hoses, the fucking, all the shit, which I honestly have so many other things going on. I was looking for something turnkey. Well, I found a guy in Springs, which is 20 minutes south, had a brand new trailer, 200-gallon tank, 4 hose reels, chemical, 12-volt system, and a 8-gallon a minute Honda 24, whatever it is, GX, system with less than 50 hours on it, and two surface washers, a bunch of ball valve guns, and everything. So I sent a couple pictures. I spoke to Jacob Dell, sent a couple pictures to John Sacco, and I said, keep in mind that this stuff is harder to get right now. I went to my local supplier. They had nothing over 6 gallons a minute in stock, and I didn't want to deal with online. Well, long story short, I picked up this trailer for, I think, $9,000. It's freaking brand new. And I bought it one day, stuck a license plate for one of my other trailers on it, ran over to City Furniture and realized that I made the right decision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, that 8 gallon a minute is an animal. Other than it's sucking that tank dry real quick.
Yeah.
It cleans as fast as,
You just got to get you a hose and fill that motherfucker while you're using it, bro.
That's what I did. Yeah. That's what I started to do.
Yeah.
But,
toss you a hose in that buffer tank, baby.
You get to a certain point where you have to move, and like the next water outlet is 400 feet away. So I'm like, all right, 225 gallons. We'll finish this. It's like this.
Yeah. But, man.
A big thanks to John Sacco, who's probably, I was like, dude, you're not getting frustrated because I got questions, and I'm going to ask you questions that only someone that I'm going to ask you questions not like these guys on the pressure wash pages with a 2-gallon at Home Depot.
What do you use to clean driveways with? What kind of chemicals do you use?
I turn the water on and I can't pull the handle for the machine.
My machine's tied up.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is actually, I finished.
All I did was turn the hose on.
Yeah, I finished the second. I finished the first parking lot. I got the bigger one to go, and right after that happens, I'm taking that trailer, putting it in my shop. I'm taking the tanks, everything off of it, because it's got the reels in the back, and it's still got a gate on the back,
Yep.
And you got to reach down to crank the reels in, and I'm like, oh no. This thing is getting completely torn apart, sealed up, spray line. I'm going to build a small ladder rack just to hover over the tank, hang everything from underneath, so that it's more user friendly.
Well, I mean, even if you look at it, if you didn't make any profit off of that job, you paid for your whole power washing setup, and now everything's profit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just your labor at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just your time.
I mean, it's only got a 5-gallon fuel tank, and I'm like, I run it 9 hours, and it was just about out of fuel, and I didn't even know. I didn't bring extra gas, but I finished the job, and then I opened the tank, and I'm looking at the bottom going, all right, I think we're going to put a little bit bigger tank on this. Stuff like that. Most of the stuff I already have, like the soft wash equipment I'm going to add to it. I bought one of those Sudsucker injectors.
It sounds to me like you're going further in than further out.
I'm going further in than I want to, T.
I mean, it sounds like
I don't want to leave.
You're adding you're adding services and.
No, because I'm only going to market it.
You're like 70 years old. What are you doing, bro?
Yeah, I know. No, but I'm only going to offer it to my existing customers. Okay. I'm not going to bid up against other guys. Okay. I don't want that.
That makes sense then. There's no point. You're right. There's no point in leaving money on the table if you got a contract and they need something done. You might as well be able to do it for them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they had someone else and they weren't happy with them. And then they gave me a couple jobs, and I used a portable, 4.5 gallon a minute, typical stuff. And my work always came out good. They were always happy with it. Yeah. It took me too long. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, rinsing paper bricks is a nightmare with any machine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like this machine was set up, split between 2 hose reels, so you get 4 gallons a minute out of each one. That's a great idea, but I want one machine that's going to I'll put a small machine for a rinse machine. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather have that 8 gallons going to 1 and clean twice as, And I don't always show up with 2 guys, and I don't want all that hose coming off the trailer in opposite directions. You're just going to tangle up.
And if you use the 8 gallon, you can use a way bigger surface cleaner too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I had to put a fucking ankle weight on that. I changed the tips in the surface washer, and I was talking to John, and he's like, I go, look, I don't want to etch shit like I'm seeing all these people do.
Yeah.
She's like, we're going to open it up, and it'll drop the pressure down, just flow the water. And I still had to put ankle weights on it because that every time you hit something or you lift it up to go over the hose, that thing fucking flying through the air.
Yeah, you got to get one of those push wheel ones, like those bigger ones. If you're doing stuff like that, if you're doing parking lots, you might as well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to do it, but I'm not gonna. Number one, I'm not gonna let some window cleaner / pressure cleaner put his foot on my properties that I clean because they always expand. And number two, there's nothing wrong when you got the right guy to outsource it, but again, I'm leaving money on the table instead of feeding my family with that.
Yeah.
So.
I pretty much handle it the same way you do, Mark. I don't advertise the pressure washing and the soft washing, but I'll do it for my existing customers. They know that I can do it. You know what I mean? I let them know that.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I've never been one to. There's so many pressure washers out there right now.
I don't understand how any of them are making a living.
I mean, even around here, it's fucking like they're everywhere now.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the good thing that's been great, where I'm glad I didn't start as a pressure washing company and then added window cleaning, because I get the jobs where it's like I already do the windows, I clean the gutters, and then they have me do the whole package. When I'm coming there, like they're not going to just hire a pressure washer to come like after I've cleaned the windows, and I'm like, you know what I mean? So it's like, for me, it's been like I have this big customer base, I might as well just add it in,
right?
And make my
Yeah,
life.
well, see, when you're visiting them to go do the windows or to look at the job or whatever, say, hey, by the way, I noticed this, and this, and we also do that. That's an upsell to an
The
existing
best thing to
customer. You know
do
what I'm
is
saying?
nuclear assault.
Oh, yeah.
When
I'm
you
going to kill
fucking
something.
yeah. If you're gonna
Oh, yeah.
fucking if you're doing pressure washing, any kind of pressure cleaning or anything like that, if it ain't glass, just nuke it.
Yep.
It's much
I
easier
agree.
if you just nuke it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just much easier if you just fucking nuke it. Like I go like straight degreaser. You know what I mean? It's so caustic, it's burning your fucking hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can feel it's like battery acid on your fucking skin.
Well,
You know
the
what I mean?
grease is gone, but so is the rest of the sidewalk.
Yeah. Fucking the bleach and your SH is so fucking strong. You can fucking it like knocks you over. You know what I mean? All your fucking speckled. You know what I mean? It bleaches your hair. It's so fucking strong. Look like you just went and got a fucking dye job. I go fuck
But no,
like that
honestly,
that last pressure cleaning job I did, that big one that I did, I was fucking throwing the chems at it, dog. Like I'm surprised anything lived. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's really
but that shit looks super good though.
Honestly, I still love the hell out of window cleaning.
Yeah,
And
I do too.
You told me I could start a service business. I still can't wrap my head around number one in pressure washing, competing with 20 other companies that are usually better equipped than me, even now. You know what I'm saying? Or solar panel cleaning. Not to make a living only doing that. Yeah. It's just not here.
Fucking, yeah. It's you're this thing now, you're that thing, man. Like I've been this thing for a long time. Like I saw the money I was leaving on the table not pressure washing, and I was like, it's stupid. It's 6 figures a year in my business, easy. I'm like, why wouldn't I want to make it better or make it easier for myself?
So what are you going to set up, Seth? What are you going to build?
So since I do mostly residential, I'm doing 5.5 gallons with a buffer tank, and then I want to put. So I have that 275-gallon tank down there for that I use to fill all my other tanks. I kind of want to put that on there and make it like a big trailer, because we have a lot of HOAs where we do the windows and the pressure washing at the same time, and be able to run 2 poles off of the 275-gallon, just pure water, ready to go.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of trying to figure out the layout. I want to get the trailer first, and then figure out like, all right, how much weight can I carry?
I'm getting me a fucking. I'm looking now. I got my cousin Mike looking. I almost talked him out of fucking his. I'm looking for a flatbed, I almost talked him out of his 450, but.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
the way to go. Honestly.
I'm like, I could trade you the gray truck, and I could, give you some cash. You know what I mean? He's just not having it.
Yeah,
it's just put a flatbed on your truck, or is it because?
I want to do. What I'm wanting to do, because I got a shop now, which I'll be building out on YouTube. You guys will get to see that. That'll be cool. Sick. It just now got cleaned out, so I've only been waiting for my cousin's friend to move out of one side of. My cousin's got a bunch of shops back there too, a bunch of rental property behind the equipment rental place, and one of his buddies has got 2 of them without a divider. He's been there the longest, and finally we got his fucking ass to finally clean the side out, so we'll put a wall up. It'll be enough. It's enough to get. I could get my gray truck and my green truck in there at the same time. It's pretty big. It's big enough for me. But what I'm wanting to do is I'm gonna get away from bringing the truck home. Shit, I'm gonna build a purpose-built fucking everything on one truck, park it in a heated garage. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I'll probably pull my pressure washing equipment off of it in the wintertime, but for the most part, actually, you know what? I probably won't. I'll probably just keep park that motherfucker and not drive it until it gets warm again. Only bring it out when it gets warm, and I can still put.
Oh yeah, man.
I still have my other truck. I could always throw a bucket. I mean, I got the gray truck, so I could always throw a bucket in that. But that's what I want to do. 450 or 350, and Ford only, because I'm not no bitch, and I want it to run. I don't want to be wrenching on it all the time either. So
I see these cab overs and flatbeds, and that is the way to go if you are a serious pressure cleaner.
Well,
You know
I'm
what
not even for pressure cleaning necessarily. Just to put the skid on it. That way, I have everything on me that I need. I don't have to do no extra shit because I do a lot of extra shit when I pressure wash.
Yeah.
And I probably will use it as much as I use it. Now, I'll probably use it a little bit more if it's more accessible. I pass on a lot of shit because I just don't want to fuck with it.
I have a table that I build shit on, and it just happens to be not as the same height as my F-150. That literally you put the skid on the table. And then roll it up to the back of the bed, and it just slides. You literally one person slide it in. You need to build yourself a little roll around.
Well, I've got my hands on a little doodad, a little crane system. I can slide across the shop. It's fucking just lift it up out of the bed and slide it down, set it on the floor.
Even a chain fall hanging to the.
So that's essentially what it is. It's chain fall on rollers is essentially what it is. You know.
Yeah.
Man, I'd be jealous of that flatbed. You know, like all the stuff you could do with that.
That's what I just want to put my biggest thing is I hate rolling up fucking pressure washing hose. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
And I've got like fucking 300 or 400 foot of fucking really nice 4-wire fucking pressure washing hose. It's a fucking pain in the ass to roll all that shit up. It's fucking a pain in the ass
at the end of the day.
It fucking sucks, dude. I just want to roll it up, you know? Yeah. You know, I just want to roll it up. You know, you're soaking wet. You're fucking tired. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just want to wind the fucking shit up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Press a fucking button.
Yeah.
That and like if you start getting into downstreaming, the start box, dude, you'll be like, I'll wash houses all day.
I'm gonna buy. I'm not gonna buy a Start Smart box. I'm gonna buy one of his competitors' boxes.
That's what I got. The maybe starts box.
I'm gonna buy the somewhat smart box.
The average
average box.
Right.
Start mediocre box.
Yeah,
I'm putting it on mine. As a matter of fact, John Sacco is gonna come down and guide me. I mean, I know how to. I can build.
He said you got a really nice trailer. He said it's really nice.
It's brand new, dude.
That's
it
crazy.
Doesn't have 50 miles.
So what did the dude just like fucking buy it and just never used it, or?
Well, no. What happened was he traded a bunch of guns for it, and he works for the city of Springs. And then he was like, he goes, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how you guys do what you do. He goes, but this isn't for me. I made such a fucking mess. I was blowing dirt everywhere. He goes, you know, I go, look, I'm not a pressure washer, but I have a lot of experience with it. But I know what you're saying. He's like, dude, I'm going out and fucking busting my ass all day for a couple $100 and I'm making a mess and people are complaining.
Right.
And I'm killing grass and plants and everything. And I'm like, so he just wanted out of it, you know. But you know, like anything else, I don't care. I never understand the angle when you want to buy something, whether it's Craigslist or Facebook. 90% of the time, people are full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said to the guy, listen, I got to ask you, because I've been texting you to this messenger for fucking 6 days, and you finally got back to me. I said, so I'm kind of frustrated here. I don't understand the angle of someone who wants to sell something not returning messages. You know what I'm saying? And he goes to me, he goes, well, I'll be honest with you. I have a really bad ex-wife. We just went through a bad divorce, and the number that's on there is hers. So she's just being a bitch and not giving me the messages because she didn't want me to get the money. I said, you don't need to say no more. Let's make a deal. Boom. And a half hour later, I was out of there. Nice guy.
Dude,
you know, and
$9,000 for that trailer would be like, I don't know, probably like $20,000.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was thinking.
I've got the receipts from the build from the shop that put the whole thing together for him. Because he didn't build it, but the other guy had it built that he traded, and it was right under 12,000 and change. You know what I'm saying? With 50 hours, are you kidding me? The fucking tires still have the tits on them.
Wow.
You know, so yeah, it was a good deal.
Double axle trailer, the whole nine, huh?
No, a single axle, which is what I wanted. Which is what I wanted because I want to be able to freaking. I know backing up a small trailer sucks, but it's going to be big enough to hold the water tank, the chem tank, a soap tank, and everything will be tightly contained.
All that shit will be in the back of his truck before you know it.
No.
It'll all be on one. It'll be one ultimate Tanner skid that slides right in the back of the 250. He'll just put it all on one skid. His pure water system, everything, just pick it up, slide it right in the back of the truck. It's only a matter of time. There's no way he'll be able to leave that alone. There is no way that he'll be able to leave that alone.
You're right, but I will say this. I've already I've sat there with the tape measure.
I see. I knew it. I knew it.
Can't get it in there. It's just not enough room.
I knew it.
No matter how you slice it.
Yeah, but
and
still,
then
that's
I honestly thought, I'm not going to lie to you, I started looking under the trailer. I'm like, I can go buy another axle, double fender wells, and make this a little dual axle trailer.
Right.
But I don't want to go crazy.
Way. Yeah. There's no way he's going to be able to stop himself. He's not going to be able to stop him.
Yeah, I know.
You're a fucking tinkerer. There's no way you're not going to be able to.
I can't sleep at
night. Yeah. You know? If I can make it just this much better, you know.
Yeah. No.
Save me all the problems. You know, I won't have to worry about this and I won't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
My whole thing is dragging a trailer.
I hate dragging a trailer.
I hate dragging a fucking trailer.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not a fan of dragging a trailer because I get a lot of properties in a lot of communities where I'm at where it's like, how in the fuck am I going to get out of here with this trailer?
Well, that's why I was happy it was a small single axle.
Yeah, a little more maneuverable.
I have. Well, you saw my big trailer that we brought to Tennessee that I put 2 bikes on.
Yeah,
and I have a 14-footer. Both bikes won't fit on. Dude, that thing's a motherfucker to do, especially with a 4-wheel drive diesel that doesn't turn real sharp.
Right.
Forget it. If you pull down the wrong street, you're fucked to get out of there.
Well, I don't know how the fuck you got back there, to be quite honest with you, where we were at. That entrance into there, that must have been a motherfucker.
Yeah, it was about a 12-time turnaround in there.
Austin Powers in the hallway.
It's tough. Like I don't get how guys run. I get in Florida, I guess, like everything's a little bit more wide open for the most part, but like I don't know how you run those huge ass trailers doing like residential properties. I'm like, well, what is this fucking thing for? Like, I just don't get it. Those huge, double axle. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, you always got to plan ahead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've gone to areas where I pull over and get out of my truck and walk to see if there's a place I'm going to be able to turn around here. Because once I start making it down this path, it's not going to be easy. And like, I don't know how it is where you are, but it's probably the same. If you want to back a trailer out onto a road, people speed up. Like when you put the turn signal on, they fucking speed up just to be assholes. They've been going slow the whole time.
Oh, I don't want to get behind this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, man.
Yeah.
But I still want to do a trailer build. I still want to do it. I just want to make it like easier.
I want my shit fucking on the back of a truck done.
Yeah.
No extra tags, no extra maintenance. That's it. Boom. Done. Pull it in the garage, done.
That little Ranger would be a prime example to rip the bed off it, make a little baby flatbed, put a 50-gallon skid back there.
I'm bagging and bodying that. My dad's buddies almost got me talked into putting a 302 in it.
The only problem that you usually have with that is keeping it cool.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because
he said, well, that was the first thing. That was the first thing he says. You're gonna have to put a couple electric fans on that fucker.
Yeah. Well, I built a 90s body Ford Ranger with a big block in it, and
I bet you that thing. You could. I mean, there's no way you could keep that thing any kind of traction. Because I got a buddy that's got a 97 Ranger extended cab. And he's got a 350 in that, and you can't even touch the fucking pedal because it just
blows the tires.
Just blows the tires off of it.
Yeah, but what I had to do was.
What up, Jacob?
I had to cut open the radiator support and then notch the grill because the radiator wouldn't fit between the engine and the radiator support. So, like you got your radiator support and your radiator's here and your AC condenser might be in here.
Right.
I notched the grill and mounted the radiator between the grill and the outside of the radiator support and big aluminum radiator, and it was able to keep cool because you're asking a lot through that little
Right.
mouth of a Ford Ranger to
Right.
cool
That big ass
that much
motor.
radiator.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's fun when you get it done. It's fun.
Oh,
You know.
yeah, that might be too much though.
Yeah. Well, it's always. You know what? It's
I'm
never
okay.
too much.
I'll have but I'm okay with the truck being like like barbecue, just low and slow. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
More or
Yeah,
less,
but-
just something for me and Uriah to do together. That's all. Just tinker
That's
around
cool.
and fiddle
Yep.
fart around in it. You know what I mean? Plus, Papal bought it for me before he died.
Yeah.
He loaned me
All
the
the more
money.
reason.
Yep, he loaned me the money to buy that Green Ranger. That's why I won't get rid of it. So
No doubt. No.
I was like, man, I could easily fucking, because it's not worth what I ended up paying my grandfather back for it.
Is it a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder?
It's a 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
But
5-speed or automatic?
It's automatic,
Is it?
and it doesn't even have 100,000 miles on it yet.
I gotta tell you though, I started my company. That's all I had was Rangers.
They're good
And
trucks,
they're a
man.
great little route truck. Even the S10. I mean, I wouldn't own one, but they're a great size for route work and even for you throw ladders in them.
I had a ladder.
ladder
I had a ladder.
rack.
I had a ladder rack on mine. My
Yeah,
green one. I
you
had
know,
a ladder rack on it.
The only reason I started getting full-size trucks was because I started doing pressure washing. I bought a lift. You can't tow a lift with a Ranger.
No,
just
no.
falls on its
I mean,
face.
you could if you wanted to.
Yeah, if in an emergency, but not for not for a 200-mile trip.
You can with those new Rangers.
My neighbor has one. I'm still on the fence about it.
Well, I'm not. I don't care about how it looks. I'm just saying those motherfuckers are gangster. They got the They got the Eco Boost in them. Them motherfuckers ain't no joke. They tow as much as an F-150 does.
Yeah, they do. To me, I think Ford should have just taken the F-150 and shrunk it down to that size. You understand what I'm saying? Would have looked so much nicer.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't looks like some kind of Toyota.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the looks of it at all.
Yeah. I mean, the only one that looks good is the 4-wheel drive or the STX.
Have you seen those?
Jacked up.
Have you ever seen those? Have you seen those Mavericks yet?
No, I haven't seen one on the street yet.
Yeah, I seen one the other day.
That's like a Honda Pilot, right? It's a unibody.
Something
It's like a
kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's like a Monte Carlo. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know because again, Maverick was never a pickup truck to my knowledge.
No.
So I'm kind of wondering why they did that.
Why did they make a Mustang fucking electric?
Yeah, that's another thing. That's not a fucking. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Why did
I
they do
look
that?
at the
you
map
know?
as like a budget work truck.
But they're all better than any Chevy that was ever built. But please continue.
Man, I got 210,000 miles.
Listen, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
My dog.
Like I said, fuck a Chevy and fuck guys that drive Chevys.
Hey, that's how you want to live
I haven't
your
met a
life.
guy that drives a Chevy that ain't a fag. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, you know me.
And you're gay as fuck, dude.
I
Look
mean,
at that mustache, my guy.
Listen,
Listen.
everyone wants to ride.
Listen, brother. Listen, brother. Listen, brother.
Oh yeah.
My brother just ordered one of those new F-150 Lightnings, the electric one.
Mm.
And he's like, you got to get it. I go, you go get it and you enjoy it. I said, I'm an American muscle guy.
Yeah.
I understand I rode in the Tesla. I told you that. I was
Yeah.
impressed with the car.
They're impressive.
Everything about it. Okay. The performance-wise. The
Fuck
looks
yeah.
to me is shit. And I'm sure that F-150 Lightning is probably...
Listen, man.
Fast.
Hey, hit me up when you're stuck in fucking traffic in a Lightning or one of those electric fucking cars. Tell me where you...
Standing there on the side of the road, not with a gas can, with an extension cord.
Yeah. Yeah. The fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Keep a generator in the back.
Yeah.
That's why when it snows up here and it gets real fucking bad and everybody gets backed up on the highway, all the Teslas are in the fucking ditch because they ran out of fucking juice. I've seen a few of them. I don't know how they do, but I've seen a few on the side of the fucking road. After a snowstorm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get fucking stuck like Chuck with no electricity, you're fucking screwed, dude. It's
Right.
it's a lot easier for somebody to go get you a can of gas than it is to bring a fucking extension cord all the way to you.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a regular extension cord either, you know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, though. You ever want to see a sight, watch one of those fuckers burn. They can't even put it out.
Yeah.
The fire departments are trying to figure out what they can carry to put out,
Put them out
lithium fire. Yeah, it doesn't go out with water. You only make it worse.
I mean, and not only that, the electric cars are the most fucking, like, the most exorbitant vehicle in the world. Everyone tries to make it out to be like, oh, they're so, like, oh, bro, they're, like, saving planet Earth. You know how much fucking shit has to go into to get the lithium for those fucking batteries? Have you ever seen
that shit.
Yeah, you ever seen the holes in the fucking Earth they gotta dig for that?
Yeah,
Fuck out of here, dude.
For one battery.
For one battery? Fuck out of here, man. Fuck a Ford. Okay, but you don't want boy. Don't want boy. I don't want boy.
Oh, shit.
I'm a fucking Life of a
yeah.
Wash Boy. Yeah, he tried to be like Squeegee with that pole work. You ain't though. You ain't though. I see your TikToks, motherfucker. Hey, just say I'm your hero and be done with it, bro. You ain't gotta ask for attention like that, guy.
We ain't studying you.
Yeah.
I do have to say I've started polling a lot more residential stuff than I normally used to. It's mostly just because like my fucking back hurts and I don't want to get a. I look at something I'm like I could get the ladder. Fuck that.
But fuck it. You know what I mean? But why? You know what I mean? But why?
Yeah.
I mean, there's
You know what
I mean. I mean, there's situations that call for you got to get out the ladder. You know what I mean? There's situations, but if you can get by with doing it with a pole and it's still coming out good, what's the problem? You know what I mean?
No, it's breaking 20 years of habit is the hard part. You know what I mean? I just grab the ladder and fucking slam it down. And
we're gonna act like Seth isn't fucking gushing hot fucking pure water all over fucking where he lives right now.
Yeah.
Mr. Water-fed pole over here. Fuck out of here, guy.
Yeah, I love the water-fed pole. Yes.
I mean, you spent the whole fucking season talking about how great your fucking water-fed pole it is, and now you're like, oh, you know, it's hard for me not to get on the podcast or the ladder all the time.
No, I mean, it's like there's just some jobs. It's like after this big windstorm, all that shit on the glass, you had to get up and razor it. Like there just was no.
Oh yeah, dude.
So the past 2 weeks, I've had to just get up there. We had like 100-mile-an-hour windstorms. It's like you can't water-fed pull it.
Everything is trashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's destroyed. It's like,
you know what the weird thing is? A water-fed pole is like what, 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 average in diameter, and you hold one of those fuckers up in the wind, it's like a sail.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers. We were working in 15 to 20 last Thursday. And I was like holding the pole up, and it was about 20 feet up. And I'm like, I can't believe the amount of
pressure.
This thing wants to fly out of my hand. You know?
Yeah, all that torque on your shoulders and shit all day.
Yeah.
You're like, Jesus Christ, man, this is a workout.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan of I don't like working in wind, period, because it always blows shit back on the glass. That's irritating as fuck.
Oh, it's infuriating.
So that will happen to me 2 times while I'm out working. If it happens twice, I'm going home.
Yep.
Well, are you coming today? Nope. It's too windy. Too windy. Yep. Too windy. I'm not coming. I don't give a fuck. You can be mad about it. Call another window cleaner. I'm not coming. Fuck you. Fuck you, I'm not doing it. Fuck you, I won't do what you told me.
It's it's fun getting a little bit older. Like I would never call out on a job, and now I'm like, it's a little rainy today.
You know what? I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? I'm not. Yeah. Man, it looks like it might rain later. I'm just gonna stay home. There's no point.
Exactly.
Mr. My wife will, Mr. Snooze Bottom, I cannot make it today. There's a 30% chance of rain tomorrow evening. I'm not gonna be able to do it.
There you go.
It's not going to rain till 7 p.m., but I know I'm supposed to be there at 8 a.m.
And I don't want to cheat you. You know what I mean? I don't want to clean your windows and it rain on them later on that night. That just doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, you know? I think I need a day.
I need a day to like reflect on being such a nice guy.
Yeah, just being the best. You know. It's hard work being a good guy.
It's tough, dude. You know, it's one of the harder things that you're gonna do in your life, being the best. You know, but being the best is tough, bro.
It is. Now it's like it's even better getting older too. Like customers that yell at me on the phone now. Like I used to get mad, get pissed off. I'm like, oh, that's a shame. I just kind of fucking stay super calm and just not care. It's great.
Yeah.
My favorite.
That's the best place to be, because when you start your business, you think you're going to go conquer the world, and then you get beat down a little bit from customers and beat down from competition and beat down from dealing with bullshit, and it just keeps on going, and you scab over and you move on, and then you scab over and you move on, and then you get to a point where you just like, are we going to do business or not? I mean, dude,
I don't even care anymore. Yeah,
I've told
already
customers
there.
before, I just don't think we work well together.
Listen, Mark, I'm already there, dude. I'm already there. I'm already there. Like there's some shit I've been doing for fucking since I bought I just stopped going. I just don't even do it anymore. I don't even call them. I don't even answer their phone calls. I'm like, I don't even fucking care anymore. Go fuck yourself.
Yep. Yeah.
It's fucking $20 fucking dollars. Go fuck your uncle. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I had this restaurant who called me. I've gone in there a few times. Food's really good. Talked to the manager. And she called me. She's like, hey, like, I know you have a window cleaning business. Can you give me a quote for my store? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. So it was like $75 for outside only. Like, I didn't want to do it. It's only like 15 panes of glass, but I just don't want to do this fucking job. And she's like, well, Fish quoted me at $45 for In and Out. And I go, okay, that's cool. I'm like, you're a high-end restaurant, right? They're like, yep. I'm like, so if I went to McDonald's and then came to your restaurant and was like, well, I want to pay McDonald's prices.
Yeah, McDonald's cheeseburger is $6. Why?
Yeah, it's like, you can have Fish, but it's going to be some fucking college kid. I'm like, and when you call me back, the price is double. So I was like, I just don't care. I'm like, she's like, well, you don't want to lower? I'm like, I'm not going to lower my prices because Fish window cleaning is going to do a fucking splash and dash. I'm like, fuck that.
Never. That's the way I was at those McDonald's, man. They're like, well, you want to, meet their price or beat it? I'm like, no.
Yep.
No. And you should see those windows now. Jesus Christ.
Hack.
Hack shit.
Yeah.
Rolling around in this Honda Ridgeline, fucking fag.
I tell you, the one thing my dad taught me is like, well, in that instance, like with the McDonald's, are you willing to match their price? No. Well, I've been cleaning you for 3 years for $100 a shot. He's going to do it for $75 a shot. And now you want me to give you the same thing that I was for $25 less a shot, which means basically for the past 4 years I've been fucking you because I should have done it for less. No, it's not the way it works.
No fucking way, dude. No way.
It's not worth it.
No.
Yeah, but you know what? But then the opposite end of the spectrum, and it's so prevalent on pro window cleaning now, I can't even look anymore, is this. A picture of a building or a job or a house. How much would you charge for this? Well, if you have to ask anybody, especially friendly competition, direct competition, or people you don't know how much to charge for something, you probably should find something else that you know how to charge. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had people go, oh,
clearly that's not the job for you if you're asking for fucking how do I bid this? This is not the job for you.
No. Especially when it's a residential house. I'm like, well, what do you charge per window? Count up the fucking windows.
Yeah, give me the address. Give me the address and let me go look at it. I'll go look at it.
Yeah, but I've said, okay, so wait a minute. Let's look at this. Realistically, you want to collect $50 for this service. And the guy that's willing to do it for $40, he's a piece of shit. Well, maybe he's not a piece of shit. Maybe he's twice as fast as you, so he's coming out ahead, and he's a better window cleaner and a better businessman than you. Because you're going to do that one job in 2 hours, and he's going to be out of here in an hour and a half on to the next one. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, or okay, TJ's overhead is not what Seth's is or what mine is. TJ can go walk out and do a job for $300 and put $250 in his pocket.
Yeah.
Seth, you and I got to make a payroll, and we have more bullshit we have to deal with.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that's the realistic.
No, I mean, honestly, that's what I was when I started out. You know what I mean? Like, what my prices were when I started to now have changed.
Yeah, but you have to look at it like this.
You know what I mean?
How much money an hour do you need to produce to support whatever you have going on, whether sole proprietor or a company full of 10 employees, right? How much money per hour does the company need to produce? Okay, so now you're at your base. Then you look at the house and you say, this is going to take 3 hours. Let's bid it at 4, and it's $75 an hour. So here's the price. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone's less doesn't mean they're shitty. It means they might be better than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
I mean,
just run a different operation than you are. You know
the
what I
only
mean?
thing, the only thing that's interesting is if you put up a picture of a place and say, what would this yield in your area, Seth? Like a house by you versus a house by me on the island could be pretty close to where, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
I get 600 and in Boston you'd get 725. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the market is yielding, not because
I'm a better salesman
yes,
than you.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it has nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? It's markets. People need to just, if you're unsure, talk to local competition. See what people like. If you're not wanting to undercharge, find out what other people are charging and find where your comfortable zone is. You know what I mean?
You know how many times
just have an idea.
You know how many times I've told people the simplest way, especially on route work. I don't know the houses that much, but it's easier to walk into an area. Like I was working in Naples today. That's 200 miles away. I have that one dealership that I do there. Okay. If I walked into a storefront 200 miles away, if it's clean, I would want it to be clean. I would say, hey, listen, I'm not soliciting you. I don't want anything from you, just some information. I'm starting a window cleaning company in this area. It's obvious you have a service. What are you paying? I want to know what the market will bear. I don't want your job. I'm not going to touch your job. What are you paying? And half the time they won't even fucking know. Let me look. Yeah, it's 25. How many times a month does he come? Well, I don't know. Like maybe twice. Okay. That's what you need to know. Right. Feel your area out. Because I know for a fact that Boston pays more per job than Florida does. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, that you could make more, but they probably expect more out of you. You can't be splash and dash. You can't be splash and dash at 75 a cleaning. You can be splash and dash at 50.
Yeah, it's just I've gotten to the point where like if I go to a job, I want to build in the time to do it like the way I want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
however, TJ charges the price that he does, so he doesn't have to get to the job and rush it. You know what I mean? He can just do it the way he wants to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I cleaned a Wendy's with TJ, and I could honestly tell him that in Florida, that Wendy's that I cleaned with you would pay $50 a cleaning,
right,
in and out. That's what it would pay. You got to do 5 of them in a day before you do something else to make a living. Right. So you got to hustle it. Right. Skip the drive-through. Right. Do what, you know what I'm saying? You got to hustle it.
It needs to be done. Yeah.
Yes.
Florida's different too. It's just a different market. Like there's so much storefronts, which creates so much competition.
Yeah.
Where we are in smaller areas where there's not enough to feed 10 storefront guys, you can get a little bit more money for it too.
Well, it's like that. That's what I grew up with. So like when the guy came from up by TJ and rode around with me for a day, he goes, "This place is a fucking gold mine." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, we just driving down the road, I saw 40 shopping centers with at least 30 stores in them. We don't have that much in 10 miles. And I go, but that brings in more guys, which lowers the price. So at that point, you either going to hustle it or you ain't going to get a job because people will not hire you over $5 a month here in Florida, over $5. They won't hire you. If you're at 55 and someone's at 50, they're giving it for 50.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just the way that's how your market works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's I get why you've gone the building route.
That's why I don't answer those. That's why I don't answer those fucking questions.
Yeah. Oh, it's maddening.
I don't even answer them. I just ignore it. Like, well, that guy's a fucking idiot. He's not gonna make it.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's just a stupid question to ask. If you don't have the mental capacity to say to yourself, "Oh, this is what I'm going to be charging to do this," then what are you doing?
Yeah, you're right.
What are you doing then?
Yeah.
I'm going to get online and ask some dude all the way across the country what he would charge for a window. It's just fucking stupid.
I knew a guy, Jack, that lived here in South Florida. He retired from window cleaning. His sons took over the business, and he moved to Boston. He was friends with my dad. That's how I knew him. When he called my dad, and my dad's like, "Well, how's retirement treating you?" He goes, "I'm already washing windows again. I need something to do." He goes, "But I will tell you this, that an Office Depot in South Florida that'll pay you $30 to $40 a cleaning pays $75 to $100 here." And my dad's like, "Well, yeah, you got to clean it in the snow." And he goes, "Yeah, certain times of the year it sucks." But he goes, "I was going into jobs here for Florida prices, and they're like, 'What are you, crazy?'" the guy that's doing this is charging us 75 a cleaning. You want 40? You know, and he goes, it was amazing how the markets are different depending on where you are. So what I tell you I would charge for that job means absolutely nothing in Utah. It means nothing. This is a fucking stupid conversation.
That's what I should tell you. This is how much time it would take me to do that. What's your price per hour? There you go. You know what I mean? If you're asking how long should this take, it should take this. That's a more accurate answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. Look at it. How long is it going to take you? It's going to take you 2 hours, and you want to make $100 an hour. It's $200 a shot.
$100 an hour.
But don't shortcut. TJ can go do that same thing you're doing in 2 hours to the customer satisfaction in an hour, and he wants 75. That doesn't make him a bad person. It makes him a better fucking window cleaner.
Yeah, exactly.
Should he take advantage and get that? Well, he wants to be busy. And he got what he needed for the job. Yeah. What the fuck are you asking me these stupid questions?
I mean, I look at it even this way. 8 years ago, a $250 job would take me 2 hours to do here. Yeah. I've gotten it down to, with having the right equipment, it takes me an hour and 15. I didn't change my price. I changed my techniques, which created more money for me. Right. You know what I mean? It's like
I had one of those days. She's like, man, you were here an hour and 38 minutes. She's like, $385 seems like an awful lot of money for that amount of time. I'm like, sorry, it's done. So where's my check? So, like, I mean, you know, do they look good? She's like, well, they're great. I'm like, cool. Yeah, you know, so here's the invoice, so I'm going to need my money now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I hate when people say that. Like, did you want me to stay longer to just make you feel like you got?
You want me to...
Right. Am I supposed to hang out
Hey,
here?
I can go sit in my truck and watch TikToks. I can do the outside, watch TikTok for an hour, and then come in and do the inside, you know, if that's what you want me to do, you know?
Yeah, I did that the other day. I felt real bad. I had like a $250 gutter clean, and I get up on the roof, and it's flat, and there's like nothing in it. So I was like, I just sat up on the roof and watched TikTok for 20 minutes. My fucking money.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
I was like, man, you made me get up on your roof. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to be in here. And I was like, well, I'm not just coming straight down.
Well, I just want to let you know that you're paying me $250 to climb up on your roof.
Yeah. I just looked around and I was like,
that's what I feel like my life is worth, $250.
I picked up.
You're right.
I hate to talk numbers. I picked up a country club 4 years ago that I did restoration work at, right? And this old man looked just like Burgess Meredith comes out and he says to me, it looks awesome. Thank you very much. And I go, okay. And he goes, we want to give you an opportunity to bid the country club. So I go, this country club is literally on the beach. It's literally 50 feet off of the ocean. I said, okay, it's $250,000 a year to go to this place, to belong there. And there's a $1 million donation you have to do the first year that they donate to a charity in your name. That said, I do the restoration work. It was like $5,000 worth of work, right? Burgess Meredith asked me how much to clean this place. I said, depends on how frequent. I said, but I'm kind of thinking you need to go at least 3 or 4 times a month. I said, to do this entire place off the top of my head, you're probably looking at about $1,200. He laughed at me. Now, I thought I was high. He goes, I'm going to tell you something. The last guy that did this was here for 2.5 days, and he was at $1,800 or $1,900, something like that. And I go, I'm pretty confident in price for $1,200. I said, why don't you give me a shot? And but we're going to be honest, if I shortfall myself, I can't afford to do that. We'll sit down and negotiate a price that you're happy with. I go, but right now I'm confident at $1,200. He says, okay. So I wash it 4 times, right? $4,800 fucking dollars a month. That's not something that sneezes out in any area. I wash the job and I go to meet with him. And he says, we have one problem. I said, what's that? He goes, you know, they watch everything that goes on here. There's cameras everywhere. I said, well, of course. He says, you come with another guy sometimes too, and you're here at 7 a.m. and you're out at 12, right? So I go, yeah. And he goes, they think that's a little bit high. I go, wait a minute. You told me the price was too low. And now I go, okay, whoa. Let me ask you this. How do the windows look? He says, they look beautiful. I go, everything is good and you're happy, right? He goes, yeah. I go, and I'm happy with the pay. He goes, they're not happy with how much time you spend in here. And I go, well, realistically, if I bring 3 guys for 4 hours. That's 12 hours, $100 an hour. We're not getting on the Forbes list from this. So he goes, you got to tighten it up. He goes, and they'll keep you out from under the microscope. I go, I just don't understand how you laughed at me when I gave you the price because it was too low. Imagine if I would have wanted his kind of money and been out of here. Then I understand you have something to complain about. So we honestly settled on $1,000 of cleaning because I wanted to keep the account and they don't bother me. I say, you're not going to bother me. We're going to make sure your place looks good. So we're on 4 years there, and it's seasonal. Awesome. So it works 6 months, 7 months out of the year. It's weekly. And then the rest of the year, it's one time a month, just a maintenance clean because the plug shut down.
It's dope, man.
You know.
Well, Duderinos, that's the podcast for this week. Maybe next week we'll find ourselves a guest or something, guest host to come on. Maybe someone to come on and hang out with us. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Man on it. Man.
I'd like to thank all our sponsors and all our Patreon members. Thanks, you guys. See you next week.
Peace.
Peace, boys.